Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, The Simple Life of Natalie Jo. I'm Natalie. Welcome to everyone, new and the returning people. I talk about simple living, frugality, for minimalism. Today I wanted to talk about how to simplify your life by how you shop, or simplifying your shopping. I remember a couple years ago, every week, on at least one of my days off, I would go to several different places. I would go to CVS, Big Lots. I go to Meijer to go, sometimes both places. I go to Meijer to go grocery shopping, sometimes even Kroger, sometimes the Dollar Tree. And every place I'd spend at least $10 or $15 plus. That can add up, especially on things that you don't really need to begin with and you're just going into because you're bored and stuff like that. But just, if you limit the number of places you're going, you're not tempted to buy things that you may not need or want, or may not realize you already have at home. Another good tip is to keep a list of things that you may already have at home, or the things that you are looking for. So if you keep a list of things that you need or want, this will help you kind of stay focused when you are running errands or are out and about doing your normal everyday shopping, or every week, if you go every week or whatever. But if you go do your normal typical grocery shopping, it's like I have chicken in the freezer. A lot of times I buy that big family pack of chicken breasts, and I will cook some of it for that week, and then I got into this habit of freezing 2 or 3 chicken breasts out from that pack every week. Then I have chicken in my freezer, so I don't really need chicken right now. But yeah, just keep a list of things that you already have, so you're not buying duplicates or triplicates of things that you or didn't realize or forgot you already had. Or things that you are looking for. I just had to buy new deodorant, so it was one of those things that I needed. So I had to make sure I remembered that I needed more deodorant, because mine's almost out. Might as well get it while I'm thinking about it. Yeah, so keep a list of things that you need. Well, you can keep 2 lists, either or both, one or the other, or both. Either the things that you need and you need, and be like, this is probably going to take some time and getting used to. Things that you need, that you need, that you're out of. The other list that you could possibly do, and or both, is things that you already have, like the chicken that I spoke of. I have probably, 3 things of cut up chicken breast, because I usually cube it or cut it into bite-sized pieces for when I make dinners and lunches for the week. I have I have 3 of them that have, I think, 2 chicken breasts per thing. So I have 6 chicken breasts. So I don't really need chicken. So I didn't buy any this weekend. Another thing that you can put on there is not just food or whatever, is household items. Or just other things in general. I know that my boyfriend likes this. It's made by Scrubbing Bubbles. It's like this toilet gel thing, stamp thing, where you, it's this gel that you kind of stamp in your toilet that kind of cleans it with every flush and makes your bathroom smell nicer. And he will put the empty one on this kitchen, or not on the kitchen sink, on the bathroom sink. So I know that we need more of those. So I have to write it down and put it, or add it to my shopping list. Yeah, so that's another thing, shopping list, when you go out to do your grocery shopping. A list. This is what I need. This is what I don't need. This is what I already have. Also think about what who you buy for. If it's your family, or a particular family member, or just your family, who you live with in general. I know that, what is it? I'm not a huge pork person, so I'm not really gonna buy a whole lot of like pork chops or whatever for us to eat generally. Um, Another thing is, you know, especially if you're thinking of things to like places to go out to eat or stuff like that. I know that my boyfriend doesn't like Taco Bell, so if I suggest Taco Bell, he's gonna give me a death glare. Not really a death glare, but he's just gonna be like, I don't like that place, kind of look. But just think of things that if you know that someone in your house, no one in your house or who you buy for isn't gonna eat a particular thing or particular item. I'm not a huge fan of coconut. This one week, a month or so ago, a couple months ago, I bought these granola bars that had coconut in them, and I didn't realize it at the time. So I was like, okay, well, maybe my boyfriend or his daughter likes coconut. Apparently, they don't either. And I was like, oh, okay, well, oops. I could have returned them, but I know there's a food pantry at a church across the street from me that I could drop those off. So that's just what I did. But yeah, just be on the lookout for things that either your family isn't gonna eat, like coconut. No one in my house is gonna eat coconut. Or things that you or someone in your household eats a lot. I know my boyfriend likes chips and salsa. I know his favorite kind of salsa, so I usually get that. Um, you know, yeah, so just keep an eye out of, you can write it down if you want to begin with, but just know of things that, it can go both ways, like I said with the other list of things that you already have or things that you need or that you already have that you don't need. Things that you like, things that you don't like. It's going to come second nature after a while. But yeah, so I know they like spicy stuff. My boyfriend and his daughter like spicy stuff. Like hot stuff, so hot sauces, stuff like that. So I know if I find something kind of like that that's new that they could possibly like, but if they don't like it, that's okay. I just know in the future not to get that. But yeah, so limit the number of stores you go into unless there's something that you really need. Or if you have like a coupon or something. Sometimes I get coupons for emailed to me for Big Lots. Sometimes there's 20% off coupons, or sometimes I think they have like a reward program where I get like 5 off 15 or something like that. But yeah, so limit the number of stores you go to. Keep a list of things that you need or don't really need. Also maybe I know some people keep like a donation box or by their door or something like that. But yeah, so if you come across of something that you don't, going through your stuff, not even just like food stuff, but you could probably do 2 separate piles if you have like a food pantry or a food bank near you. You can keep food separate than regular household items, unless your food pantry takes like some may take like soap, and stuff like that, maybe other things. I need to find. I saw this list somewhere, and I probably should find it and share it with you. But it was like a list of things that you don't think about. Maybe a food pantry needs, like oil, like vegetable oil, sometimes gets overlooked, or a can opener. If you're donating canned goods, someone may not have a can opener and may need a can opener. So maybe think that you might donate can openers if you find like one on clearance, or if you have an extra one or something like that. And I'm not sure how this would really work out with like a food pantry or a food bank, because I know that they mainly do like non-perishable items and stuff like this. But if you do like the traditional box of Kraft macaroni and cheese, like the one in the blue box, or like the generic, it's one of those things where I always forget that, at least with that, you need, I think, milk and butter for those. So if you're buying that just to donate it, you may want to think about maybe doing something else, because what if they don't have milk? What if they don't have butter? Um, I mean, you could probably find some shelf-stable milk while you're out, and maybe donate that also. That could be possibly a good option. And then I think after you open it, you have to refrigerate it, but that's fine if you're donating it and it's unopened. But yeah, just think of things like that maybe you may not want to steer clear of if you're trying to donate things or stuff like that, where, oh, this needs something perishable that a food bank may not be able to get for people, like milk or butter. Like I said, so I mean, you could always do. I know, like Velveeta has that Velveeta shells and cheese where you just have to boil the water, and it's like a cheese paste. I'm not really sure what it is, but it's like a pouch of cheese that you add. Maybe you could do that versus the Kraft mac and cheese that needs milk and butter. But you know what I mean? Like I said, maybe a can opener. Think about can openers that they may need, or if it's something that they that you donate regularly to, ask them. Be like, hey, would it be beneficial for someone to bring over non-food items, like a can opener or measuring spoons or measuring cups? Is that something that they would ask them if it's something that they would that they would need or want to give out to people? Instead of just assuming that they may need it. But yeah, so I probably should find that list of things like that. I don't remember exactly what it was, but I know it's like the Kraft mac and cheese was on there and the can opener was on there, which, I mean, I feel like kind of makes sense because I never really thought about it before. But at the same time, it's like, I don't know what any particular food bank or food pantry may have limits on what they can actually give out or provide people. So a can opener may not do them any good, because if they can't, what is it? If they can't give it out, they can't give it out, and then it just sits around. So, yeah, I'm not really sure. That's why I suggested maybe asking or trying to call and see first before if you're wanting to donate to someone, something like that. I know this is kind of a tangent because I'm talking about shopping simply, and I'm just complicating things with food pantries and stuff like that. But, yeah, I would just maybe, if it's something that you don't need or don't want, and it's not in date, or it's not out of date and it's still in date, you can always drop it off to them. Just make sure you follow their guidelines, because the one near me, there's like a separate small building, and on the building, and there's a little bench near, but posted on the building that says, don't leave stuff on the bench. If you do, we have to throw it out. You have to take it to the actual church and drop it off. They have a little spot for it inside. So just make sure you're following the rules and see what they actually may need or want. If it's something outside of shelf-stable food or non-perishable food. Another thing to think of is about when you're shopping and stuff like that is what kind of, it's okay to be a little adventurous and try new things, but you don't have to always buy new things. You can do a meatless day, or, meatless Monday, or you can make breakfast really simple. You can do a piece of fruit. You can do a yogurt for breakfast. Frozen waffles are okay. Breakfast doesn't have to be eggs, bacon every day. Cereal is okay for breakfast. Cereal is okay for a snack or lunch or whatever. Cereal's okay whenever. But yeah, so think about it that way. Keep your menu simple. Also, that's another good tip. Keep your menu simple. You don't have to have, like I said, for breakfast, eggs, toast, bacon, waffles, pancakes every morning. You don't have to. Cereal's okay. I remember in high school, my mom would give me like a little juice box and a granola bar, and she not really throw it at me, but she's like, "Here, wake up, eat this." But yeah, so it's one of those. A granola bar is okay for breakfast. Just keep it simple. Let's see what else you could do. Sandwiches are okay for lunch. You could do cereal again for lunch if you want. Hot dogs are okay for lunch. I don't know. But, just keep it simple. You could do breakfast for dinner. You can make waffles for dinner or pancakes for dinner. Whatever you think. Maybe a smoothie for breakfast. I don't know what you could do maybe for a smoothie. I mean, if you keep like some frozen fruits in your freezer with some, almond milk or something, you could do it that way. Dinners too. I talked about dinners the other day, like a week ago, because I've been my schedule's been a little weird, so my videos haven't been coming that regular like they used to be. But yeah, you just want to make sure you don't have to have like 5 sides per dinner. You don't have to, do 5 sides. You don't have to do like pasta and, you don't have to do like pasta or mashed potatoes and then like 4 veggies or, something like that, and a fruit and a salad and bread and like dinner rolls. You don't have to. Just keep it simple. But yeah, that's really all I got for you today. Like I said, the less stores you go into is better. Keep a list of things that you need and don't need, already have on hand. You don't have to go overboard on any particular dinner. I mean, if you have, boys or teenage boys or someone in your house that does like hard manual labor, you may want to think about having a little bit extra, but not a whole lot. I don't know. But yeah, keep it simple. Simple tips, that's the goal. Simple living. Cut down on what you're making. You don't have to be totally creative. I'm not that creative when it comes to meals and stuff like that. But yeah, so keep it simple and, make your list of what you need, what you don't need. And you can kind of maybe divide your paper. Like I have a piece of paper here. So I just kind of, divided it in half. I don't know if you can see that. I kind of used some scrap paper. And you can put neat on one side and then, already have. But yeah, you could do something like this. Already have, I don't know. It's probably not the paper to use. Need, already have on one side. So you can kind of know so you have one list instead of carrying on 5 pieces of paper. Or you could do it, the other way. It doesn't matter. Whatever helps you. I know that, another YouTuber I watch, her name is Jennifer Cook. She says, these are just tips and tricks. If one doesn't work for you, just move on to something else. That's what she says. If something doesn't really help you or doesn't really pertain to you, just move on to something else. If something does help you, great. Try to implement it. I know that it takes a while, but great. Try to implement it or try to make that a habit. But yeah, so keep it simple. Keep a list. Go to less stores. Yeah, so have a great week, guys. And remember, the less stuff you own, the easier your house is to clean and organize. Bye.